Kia ora, I'm Erin J Doyle. Welcome to my channel. I've decided I'm going to do a random extra video because I've had a really long, really hard, really hot day, and I just wanted to do something that seemed like a bit of fun. And then a couple of weeks ago I had seen a video by this person. In that video she created the trick or treat truth or dare tag, and so she had trick or treat cards and then she had truth or dare ones, and she would pull a card from the trick or treat, and if she pulled a treat card then she got a treat, and if she pulled a trick card then she would pull one from the truth or dare pile. These were kind of Halloween-y themed questions, but I decided I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I have specified what treat each card is. I have chosen treats that range from just a couple of dollars through to a couple of $100 because there is a thing that I want, possibly need. I've been putting off buying it because it's so expensive, even though I think it's probably kind of a good investment for me. So I thought I would put it in my jack-o'-lantern as a treat, and that way if I pull it, well then I have to buy it. So it's a way of forcing myself to commit to the expensive investment instead of just continuing to procrastinate around it. I have added in here all of the original truth or dare questions from the original tag, as well as a couple of kind of more bookish related questions, and then I have thrown in one, I think, dare, which I actually have to do. If I pull it, it will mean making an appointment to go and do something, because it's not something I can just do tomorrow. But I will show you that I have made the appointment if I pull out the card. Hopefully that makes sense. Did I mention I'm going to pull out 13 cards? I've decided I'm going to pull out 13. Originally I had been going to get a set of dice and just pull out however many cards I rolled for, but then I realised I don't actually have any dice, and after the day I've had, I'm not going to go buy any. So I'm just doing 13 because it seems like a, you know, respectably Halloween-y number. So right. Okay. Okay. I'll yeah, make that appointment, I guess. I can't believe that was the first card. Oh my god damn it. Okay. If I now pull the expensive treat one, this is going to be like the most expensive video I will ever make on this channel. And I guess I will also now be placing an order for a decent chair for my desk. God damn it. So, what the hell? If you saw my last video, I did a tidy up of my writing space, and I showed that I write on a like $20 stool, and I have been thinking it's probably better for my posture and my very old, like years ago I sprained my thoracic lumbar junction, back I mean. I've been thinking that I should get a decent chair, but putting it off because, well, my stool works, I can sit on it, I don't need anything fancy. Well, okay. All the rest of them should be cheap. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, so we have one of the original truth questions. No, wait, no we don't. This is not an original truth question. I just made that part up apparently. This is one of the ones that I added in. What is the most you have spent on a single book, excluding textbooks? So, sorry, my, these are like auxiliary bookshelves. Most of my books are actually on the other side of the camera, so I'm just looking. So I think excluding textbooks and like ridiculously overpriced cookbooks, because I think those can be considered the same thing realistically. The most expensive books I can see, Priory of the Orange Tree cost me an arm and a leg because obviously it's a really big book, but I also bought it when it was a new release, so pretty pricey. But I'm pretty sure this, I'm pretty sure, is the most expensive book on my shelves, Lighter Than My Shadow, which I always get that. I always got to say lighter than my own shadow, so that's why I have to double check. Oh, actually, this wasn't expensive. Talking is hard today. Conveniently, I've left the price tag on. This cost me $55.90 New Zealand. So, obviously this book would have been considerably cheaper if I had been working in a more valuable currency, but it's amazing, worth absolutely every penny. It is a graphic novel and it's just, it's, oh, I can smell it from here. It smells amazing and the artwork is, there's something kind of, what's the word I want to say? I think some of the images in here are almost painful to look at, but in such a good way. This is a story about a woman's eating disorder and her going from like beginning through to like recovery and the whole thing. It has some really ugly truths in it and it's beautiful. Okay. Truth. What is your favourite Halloween candy? Do other countries have actual candies that are specific to Halloween? Like, I guess candy corn's a thing that I associate with Halloween, but we don't have it. I don't really get it. So, I don't know. But favourite candy period, regardless of Halloween context, it would be hard to call between nougat and Turkish Delight because apparently my candy tastes are on the old lady. But very high quality rose flavoured Turkish Delight or just about any nougat. So I'm going to say nougat is my favourite. Alright. Original question. Dear, have you ever teepeed someone's house? No. Teepeeing is again not a very New Zealand thing. I don't think I've ever seen a house teepeed. I think at some point I probably have seen a smaller thing like a car or a mailbox be covered in toilet paper, but yeah, it's not really something that New Zealanders do in general. Okay, one of the original questions again, dear, have you ever stolen anything? Yes. So when I was like, 10 I think, myself and another girl in my class were playing in the school hall at lunchtime, which I'm pretty sure we weren't allowed to be in. And my friend noticed that the door between the hall and the canteen storeroom was open, and she went in and took a couple of like bottles of juice I think and gave me one, kept one for herself, and I kind of knew it was wrong but kind of went with it. And then after school I told my sister about it and she was like, oh, stealing is terrible, and she took the still unopened juice off me and threw it in the long grass to get rid of the bad karma. I think she might even have used the word juju at the time. And the next day my friend and I were playing again, and she this time deliberately went in specifically to steal from the canteen, and I stopped her and was like, no, 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 it's bad, blah blah blah. Halfway there. Okay. Okay, another original question, a truth. Have you ever been chased or bitten by a wild animal or dog? I have been chased by a couple of farm animals, I think most notably a Shetland pony, and I've had a couple of Rottweilers lunge at me very aggressively. But not actually being chased or bitten that I can think of. Oh, actually, no! My mum's dog bit me once. Not one of her Rottweilers, her Papillon. I startled him when he was asleep. He's a rescue, very easily startleable. And yes, he bit me with such aggression that I had to rip my hand out of his mouth because he wasn't letting go, and he actually broke the skin. Happy on. Not very much damage was done. And then he was very apologetic when he realised who he had bitten, so he is forgiven. I can't believe I bought both expensive ones in a row! Oh my god. Okay, original question. Dear, have you ever ding-dong ditched? No. I don't understand the appeal of Ding Dong Ditch. It's like prank phone calls featuring running. I don't get the appeal. I also don't think it's really a youthful shenanigan in New Zealand. Like I don't know anyone who's done that. So this is a truth that I've added. What is the scariest book on your shelves? Scariest? Why did I put this question in? Oh, all my scary ones are behind me because it's Halloween. No wonder I can't see any horror. Okay. Scariest. I know most people who have read The Passage have said that it scared the shit out of them. I didn't feel that way about it at all. Oh, obviously. That hurt me on the inside. Precious book on the floor. And one of my favourites. Not scary. No, the book that I meant to pull out. This one. I mean, yeah, this is probably the scariest book I've got on my shelves. Like, it might be meant for kids, but it's terrifying. Yeah, I would say that's probably... Ooh, I also have a good creepy scary kind of read. It's not like a thriller read, it's just a creeping read. Really good. That also has a kind of intensity to the narration style. Like, you never learn the main characters' names. Really, really interesting. Some nasty shit happens, but yeah, I think it's probably actually scarier than Coraline, but you know, Coraline was meant for children. Treat. Socks! Because once you're an adult, socks become a delightful thing to possess. I don't know, I have come to greatly appreciate a good sock. Okay, so this is a truth question that I added. What is the kinkiest book on your shelves? Kinkiest. I used to have a couple of really kinky books, but they didn't survive a cull that I did before I went overseas. So I used to have, what was it called? Diary of a Submissive. that is not for the faint of heart. That was good. I mean, I don't know much about the BDSM world, but I think it was probably a more accurate and healthy portrayal about that lifestyle than, say, 50 Shades. Kinkiest book. Okay, kinkiest book I think is The Vampire Shrink. Their first boudoir encounter is, yeah, he bites her in an unusual place. 3 more to go. Okay, original question, truth. Have you ever been in a cornfield at night? No. 2 more. Okay, this is one of the original dares. Have you ever punched someone in the face? No. Probably should have, truth be known, but no. Alright, last one. This would be really lovely if it was a dare that I had actually done, so I didn't sound quite so boring. Because I've done stuff. Oh god damn it. No, instead it's a chocolate fish. It's a treat. This one I actually do have in the house already. I preemptively put it near the camera. So this is a chocolate fish. Chocolate fish are kind of a classic New Zealand candy. There are different brands. This is the high-end version, so normally they're like, you know, 90 cents or something. This one's like $3.50. It's also made by a New Zealand company that makes like the really good chocolates, and they do really good marshmallow. So a traditional chocolate fish is little and it's soft strawberry marshmallow covered in a thin layer of milk chocolate. This is considerably bigger, and I chose to get the dark chocolate, which has raspberry instead of strawberry marshmallow, and it's got quite a thick layer of chocolate, so there's a good crunch. And why am I reviewing candy? Anyway, delicious candy. So that's the end of the game. I highly recommend that you follow the link that I'll put below to go and see the original creators, whatever her name was. Like, I'm gonna go find it. Okay. I have now gone and actually double checked the creator's name. Apparently it is author D.L. Tillery? I think it's Tillery. Go check out her channel. She's great. I will leave a link below. And I guess seeing this as a tag video, I tag anyone who feels like in the run up to NaNo that they just need to make a video that's a bit more relaxing. I also strongly suggest you don't put 2 really expensive cards in there if you're gonna modify it, because clearly lesson learned. If you liked this video, then maybe give it a like. If you want to see my next video, which will be about how I write 10,000 words in 1 day, you might want to click notifications so you get alerted for that, and I'll see you next time. Bye!